Travel in 2025 is about to look a lot different. Did you know that the average cost of a flight has risen by 20% in the last year alone? Or that nearly 200 million Americans still need to upgrade their IDs for domestic flights? As the world of travel changes, there are a lot of new rules, regulations, and trends that will impact your next trip. From new electronic travel authorizations in Europe to surprising updates in airline policies, it's important to stay ahead of these changes. In this guide, we'll break down the biggest travel shifts you need to know about. You'll learn how to avoid common travel headaches, find the best deals, and make sure you're not caught off guard by new rules. Whether you're planning a quick getaway or a long-haul adventure, the strategies in the chapters ahead will help you travel smarter and more confidently than ever before. So, are you ready for 2025? Let's dive in. Chapter 1. Navigating new travel authorizations. Starting in 2025, both the UK and the EU are introducing new electronic travel authorizations, ETAs, that will affect your trip planning. The UK now requires travelers from visa-exempt countries to apply for an ETA before departure. While it costs just $13, failing to apply can cause significant delays. The application process is simple, but make sure to do it well in advance. In the EU, travelers will also need to apply for the European Travel Information and Authorization System, ETIAS, starting mid-2025. This new system, costing €7, applies to citizens from countries that don't need a visa for short visits. The ETIAS could take up to 4 days to process, so applying weeks ahead of your trip is recommended. With these changes, it's clear that managing these authorizations early on will save you stress at borders. Chapter 2. Real ID and its impact. A major shift in U.S. travel is the implementation of the Real ID requirement. Starting May 7, 2025, if you're flying domestically, you'll need a Real ID-compliant driver's license or passport. The U.S. government says over 200 million people still need to upgrade their IDs. Without it, you risk not being able to board a flight. But don't worry, getting a Real ID is straightforward if you gather the right documents ahead of time. This change will also affect TSA security lines. While the process is mostly the same, travelers with Real ID will have a faster time at checkpoints. So, get your ID in order now to avoid delays during the summer travel rush. Chapter 3. Understanding airline policy shifts. Airlines are making big changes in 2025, especially in baggage policies. For example, Air Canada has started charging for carry-on bags for certain economy fares. What's more, if you book a basic economy ticket, you'll also pay extra for seat selection. These policies can add up quickly, so consider upgrading to a standard or flex ticket if you want to avoid extra fees. In the US, American Airlines is allowing its frequent flyers to use AAdvantage miles as cash for flight upgrades. This is great news for those who have accrued a lot of miles but don't always have enough for a full award ticket. It's an added level of flexibility that can make your travel experience more rewarding. So, if you're a frequent flyer, look into these changes to make the most of your miles. Don't miss out on these essential travel updates. Subscribe to our newsletter for more tips on how to navigate the changing travel landscape in 2025. Chapter 4. Embracing the long-haul travel boom. In 2025, long-haul travel is booming. According to recent reports, vacationers are opting for more far-flung destinations, with countries like Thailand, Vietnam, and the Maldives seeing an increase in bookings. Travel agencies are predicting a 15% rise in long-haul trips this year alone. While these destinations may seem more distant, many are also more affordable compared to traditional European vacations. One key reason for this surge? Many travelers are looking for experiences that go beyond the typical tourist spots. Long-haul trips often offer a mix of culture, adventure, and relaxation that shorter vacations simply can't match. If you're planning one of these trips, booking early is essential, especially as flights to popular destinations may sell out quickly. Another smart strategy is to explore new flight routes. Airlines like Qatar Airways and Emirates are launching direct flights to some of the hottest long-haul destinations. Booking these direct flights saves you time, which means more time to enjoy your destination. Chapter 5. Adapting to border control changes. As part of the European Union's new regulations, travelers will face longer wait times at borders starting in 2025. The EU is introducing biometric checks at entry points, meaning travelers will need to provide additional documentation, including fingerprints and facial recognition scans. Although this may seem like a hassle, it's all part of the effort to improve security and streamline the travel process. To navigate this new process, planning ahead is essential. If you're traveling to the EU, make sure your documents are up to date and that you understand the new requirements. Some countries may even require travelers to schedule entry times in advance, especially during busy seasons like summer. A simple way to reduce wait times is by enrolling in expedited entry programs like Global Entry, which allows you to skip long lines and pass through borders faster. Global Entry also covers U.S. borders, so it's a valuable tool for frequent international travelers. Chapter 6. The impact of new airline routes and cancellations. 2025 is bringing changes to many airlines' routes. One major player in this shift is Ryanair, which has announced the cancellation of several popular European routes, particularly to Spain and Italy. The airline has cited rising aviation taxes and changes in demand as the reason for these cuts. If you're planning a trip to one of these destinations, keep an eye on your bookings, as there may be unexpected flight cancellations. But don't worry, new routes are popping up, too. Airlines like EasyJet and British Airways are adding flights to less traveled destinations, such as new cities in Eastern Europe and Northern Africa. These new routes open up affordable options for those looking to explore fresh destinations, often with fewer crowds. Before booking, consider using flight comparison tools to ensure you're getting the best deal. Some of these tools will even alert you when there are major price drops or when flights to specific destinations are about to be canceled. Flexibility is key. If you can easily adjust your travel dates or routes, you'll have more options and potentially better prices. Don't let these changes catch you off guard. Subscribe for more travel tips, including how to make the most of new airline routes and avoid flight disruptions. By staying proactive and informed, you'll be ready to take on 2025's travel challenges and enjoy a smooth, stress-free trip. Whether it's new travel authorizations, real ID requirements, or the shifting airline landscape, you can navigate these changes with ease and confidence. Happy travels!